Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Valsteinn Keep mod, which is being made by user Balker58. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is an absolutely amazing new castle player home in the world for you to enjoy, and this thing is simply gorgeous. Not only is it a very neat looking, historically based kind of castle, but it has some truly awesome views, with a opposing view of the valley below from the cliff face, and an even better view of the entirety of Skyrim, which is very, very awesome. And just all in all, it looks amazing and has a gorgeous interior. So let's take a look at what all exactly we are getting here on the inside, starting with the basement, which is really there for more of general storage, but importantly is also where your cooking pot is for your various meal needs. Now, next up is the dining room. This is the main area you'll enter the home to, and it's of course, well, a dining room, lots of seating, great big table, roaring fire, and in some side rooms you'll even find your enchanting and alchemy tables. Now, next up is the display room, which is split into two areas, kind of a library sitting room zone, and then a main display room zone where you've got displays for everything you could want, pretty much. Then next floor up is the bedroom, where is, you know, the place you sleep. But most interestingly, I mean, there's some fun rooms here, but especially the treasury, will show that off in a minute. And finally, we have the bedroom area for the followers. That's the top 5th floor, and it has 6 beds in total for you and your companions. Well, mainly for the companions there, but good times indeed there. So let's take a bit closer of a look at what all we do get. Now, I probably should have mentioned earlier, but we'll go ahead and say it now, the location of the Valsteinn Keep. Now, it is just wrong button there we go, M not N. It is to the south of Rorikstead, right here along the cliffs where you'll find it, so not too hard to get to, just out here in the middle of nowhere. Very neat. I always do prefer it when castles are like that, just because, yeah, you know, it kind of fits the view of the area a bit better. Now, how you actually get a hold of this place, you can't just waltz right in and take it for yourself. First off, there's, you know, requirements, DLC requirements. One is going to be the Dawnguard DLC, the other is Dragonborn. You will require both for this thing to work, but once you got all of that and make your way here, you've got to purchase this place, and here we go. We've got the for sale board right on the side of the keep. You simply activate it, and it's going to cost you 30,000 gold. So, yeah, quite a costly place, but very much worth it. Now, once you hit yes, and boom, there you go. It's been sold. You now own this keep. The board disappears, and it is yours. Prior to that, you can't get through any of the doors because they are all locked. But now that we have the key, well, let's start with the outside. Now, this place does have all of the crafting benches you could want. A lot of them are out here, where of course on the very side we have our beautiful little blacksmith's forge, and over here we have the grindstone as well as the smelter. Now, on the inside of our stable here is where you're actually going to find your tanning rack as well as a workbench. Now, along with that, you've got a tool board here for storing various tools, and also a crafting supplies bit over here for, well, all your various crafting supplies. Now, that's not the only thing we got in the stables. If we actually go to the middle stable, we have our chopping block for wood, and behind it, a firewood pile, which, amusingly, out of all the storage things, this one apparently is connected to all of the firewood piles inside the keep next to fires, which is kinda neat. I like that. And then finally, the last stable is, well, simply that, an empty stable. You could put your horse in here, and there you go, it'll be nice and safe. Wonderful. Well, I mean, until it wanders off, because, you know, horse. Now, let's head on inside, and of course, jump into, like I mentioned, the dining room area, where it's where you come in to. and it is simply gorgeous. I do love the big old table. We got the benches, we got the fire, plenty of other bits of seating. Here's one of those linked firewood piles I mentioned, and there is storage around the place. We got barrels, we got large sacks, more barrels here, and even bookshelves over here. Now, one of the cool, interesting things about this keep is that, it's not just these main rooms. I mentioned it briefly, there are side rooms off of these things. So, like, right over here, this wooden door is actually a latrine, which you can sit on if you so desire, if you need to, use the facilities. Now, on over this way, we have, by some other bookshelves, our wonderful little enchanting area, which does include some soul gem storage here, and a general chest for storing other things. It's just a nice, cozy little room with a goat's head for you to work on your enchanting. Now, equally, if we go down this way, we have off of this room here, the alchemy stuff. And we got a bit more storage here. We got potion storage. We've got another chest, the alchemy lab itself, ingredient storage, and of course also recipe book. So all very nice, just another nice little cozy room to do your work in. Now, if we do head through here, we've just got some general seating overlooking the dining room, which is very good, very nice chairs. And if we head on back this way, we have this set of wooden doors, which is in the southwest corner, and this is your stairs to up and down the entire keep. Now, off of each floor, you are actually going to have a small little storage area, which is some generic storage about for you to use, like sacks, barrels, etc. And again, you've got this on every floor, which is pretty nice for a little bit of extra storage. Now, downstairs, we have, of course, our cellar. Now, this is pretty neat. I do love the look. We've got the gigantic cask of things, which sadly don't store stuff like mead or beer, but on the barrels on the backside, this whole thing is mead storage. And who doesn't love that? It's wonderful. Now, besides that, we've just got a lot of unnamed generic storage area, various barrels, sacks, boxes, etc. So lots of things for you to store random assorted things in. And then over here on the side is where we do have our cooking pot for your various meals. Now, if we head back on up and actually head to the first, oh no, the first floor I guess would be that. So the second floor, which of course is opening up our display room once more off the side. We do have a little bit of storage. But yeah, the display room is quite cool. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's split into two areas. We've got this sort of library lounge sort of a bit, another firewood pile here. And on this side, you know, just some nice storage display cases, the, you know, things on the wall for showing axes, shields, etc. Even got a nice one over the fire. And over here in this side room is actually a really cool little armory where you can display your various weapons, and of course a nice chest there for that as well. And if we go into the back area, this really is the meat and potatoes of the whole display zone, as you have all of the different unique storage display items, like the one for Oriel's shield. We've got claw storage, there's for all the dragon masks. Got just the Mirok thing there. We've got this one for Harkin's sword. If we go back in this room, we've got all these different black books to display in here. Very neat. I do like it. A little side bit going on there. A little cheese and mead. Plenty of seating to have. And off this back room, another latrine. Another thing you have on every floor is a latrine, which, hey, you know, you gotta think ahead about that. But yeah, loads of great storage, everything from, you know, just sort of generic things like this for, oh yes, I forgot this one's for the Elder Scrolls. Wonderful. But yeah, just a lot of great storage in this place, along with bookshelves. All very, very cool. Well, let's head on up to the next floor, which is the bedroom, and what a bedroom it is. We've got plenty of storage here with a lot of different cupboards and wardrobes, a suspicious cabinet, which, we'll come back to in a moment. You may have noticed by the stairs, we didn't have storage on this floor. That's because of what's in here. But before we do that, our usual seating, sweet roll, fire. We have a little shrine to RK over here. Our lovely little wardrobe room, so you can come in here, change. Very nice. A large, glorious bed here. More storage. A nice little armor rack back this way. And then here... Actually, I'll come back to this, because it's another cool thing. And then back here, of course, our latrine. Wonderful. Now let's go to the treasury first. This is pretty cool. You can't actually get into this room, but the room itself is basically a giant chest. And if we put money into it, the more you put in here, the more it changes, as you can see here. Now, I put in, what was it, like 20,000? It can go more, and this place just becomes overflowing with gold and jewels and such. It's very, very cool. I like that this room changes the more valuables you put into it. Now, back over this way to the suspicious cabinet. Well, open up that back panel, and maybe you don't want to sleep in a bed because you're a vampire. Boom, coffin. I like that it's hidden away here. Instead of a lovely little storage room, hidden coffin inside of a suspicious cabinet. You gotta love it. It's a home for everyone, whether you're undead or not. Now, finally, the last room of the area is sort of the followers' room, and this is where you have 6 beds for companions. Now, you have 4 of them in here for your more run-of-the-mill soldiers or what have you, and then we have better, nicer, singular rooms off of 2 of the side rooms, and then, of course, a latrine off of the 3rd one there. Here we are, the other bedroom, with more storage all over the place, with chests and cupboards, and of course, our latrine. I like that it's there. Plus, we've got a dummy for practice, plenty of food, all static objects so they don't get accidentally Fusro-Dod out of the world, and another shrine here, this time to Akatosh. Now, one final place to check out is, of course, outside, so if we actually do head to the roof, which is quite nice. You are on top of the world here, where we have the roof of our keep, where we can gaze down upon the potential besieging enemies in the valley, or off the other side of the mountain there. And a fun bit is in each of the towers, even the main one where we just were there is a ladder that you can actually climb up to get on top of each of the towers for the keep. It's, you know, not useful in any way, shape, or form, but things like that amuse me. They're just fun little details to make the place feel a bit more interesting. And who doesn't love that? Good times all around. But yeah, that is the Valsteinn Keep mod, a just gorgeous home with all the amenities really you could desire, and plenty of storage, fun little bits and bobs here and there, plenty of display racks, and is just cool. I mean, who doesn't want their very own giant freaking castle? So if you would like to have a look at this thing for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you have enjoyed. You come back for the next, when we'll hopefully be looking at another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.